Rob Lowe searches for Bigfoot in Northern California wilderness.
Yeah, I actually love Rob Lowe, and
Same.
I saw that he was on Joe Rogan, so I was doing some stuff, and I threw in the podcast, the Joe Rogan podcast, which I don't listen to a ton, but every once in a while he's got some really cool people on. And I'm listening, and Rob Lowe is talking about going into the Northern California wilderness and searching for Bigfoot.
Oh my God, that's a straight drop. Careful. Go, Robbie.
Hang on, guys.
We are off the grid now. This is amazing.
Ooh, this is your adventure.
This might be the greatest event of my life.
And I'm like, holy shit, this has got to be awesome.
Electric content.
So he, by the way, go on activenorcal.com and you can see the full episode. It's an A&E episode, and his show is called The Lowe Files, where it's basically him and his two sons just go around doing weird stuff. They like look for weird stuff, and they looked for like some weird human ape or something in the Ozarks. But one of the episodes is he gets a Bigfoot hunter. The guy's name is Matt Moneymaker. I don't know if that's his real name, but it's a sweet name. And they go into the Hoopa Wilderness, and they search for Sasquatch. And it's so, I know you didn't have time to watch the whole episode. It's a 30-minute episode. The guy, the Moneymaker guy, he is like, yeah, I've seen them up there all the time.
We're in a really good spot.
Is this the spot?
Yeah, this is probably the best spot in NorCal.
I want to see your secret camp. That's where we're gonna go, right?
Yep. That's one place I've taken people before. Took a group up there one time. We made sounds, and one came down on the ridge up above us, was growling at us. So we know it's.
He's like, yeah. I see, like it's. He's like, it's so easy to find them up in the Hoopa Wilderness.
Hoopa Wilderness, that's a Native American area.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that there's probably legends. I would love to get some I love Bigfoot conversations. When we were rafting down the Trinity, our guide Glenn told us about how they filmed apparently a terrible Bigfoot movie that's apparently on Netflix. I haven't seen it. On the Trinity River. I love all Bigfoot content that's put out. So I haven't yet watched this. You're right, but I will be watching this A&E episode.
Well, if you don't mind me spoiling it a little bit, they don't find Bigfoot. Yeah, they don't see Bigfoot, but it is cool because they go deep into the Hoopa Wilderness, and the Hoopa tribe doesn't allow like a lot of people to go into the wilderness area that is their area, which is completely fair. But this actually did show some really rare scenes of that wilderness, sort of surrounded by the Shasta Trinity National Forest, and it's pretty cool to see back there. He also goes to the Bigfoot Museum in Willow Creek, and they sort of talk about the lore of Bigfoot in Northern California. It's just so cool to me because Rob Lowe gets this show where he can do wherever he wants, and he goes around the country and he searches for stuff, and he says, I want to search for Bigfoot. I'm heading up to NorCal.
And they're like, yes.
And you really need to watch this because Moneymaker is, he's got the ponytail with the long hair, and he's just so matter of fact about Bigfoot being in the area.
Oh yeah, just come here. I'll show you where Bigfoot lives. No big deal.
Yeah.
Let's pull up over here.
So after posting this, we got a message from someone about a book, and this could be our next book club book.
Uh-oh.
It's called The Hoopa Project: Bigfoot Encounters in California.
How old is the book?
The book is 2008.
Okay, 12 years old.
2008. It's got fantastic reviews on Amazon.
Sweet.
And for some reason, it's a $30 book. It's $33 on Amazon for some reason. But it has fantastic reviews, and it's basically a former police investigator goes into NorCal and gets all these different... He's conducting an investigation of Bigfoot through a police's...
That sounds badass.
Yeah. So, he starts his from the 1958, which was the original the original time that someone first saw Bigfoot in NorCal. He starts there, and then he works his way up. And it's called the Hoopa Project. So I'm gonna read it. If you want to read it with me, and we could do a podcast, that'd be great. I'm pretty stoked on it. But it looks like a pretty sweet book.
Look forward to that.
NorCal, the unofficial home of Bigfoot.